Well, Ivan, you've got a big contest tonight, the Sunday Times King of Claremont Speedway Award. This event will be contested over 6 events, and you've got some very strong opposition, particularly from Phil Crump and West Australia's mighty Mick McKeon. How do you think you'll be able to handle this opposition?
Well, it's going to be very tough. You know, we had a lot of problems last week, even with Kenny Carter. So the last rider really needed for you to bring over really was Phil Crump, especially on these big tracks. He goes so good, and you know, Mick's going really good now. It's going to be so hard.
Now, the Claremont track is one of the biggest speedway tracks in the world for your type of machine. Is it a great deal of a problem to get your machine set up to ride on a track this size?
It is. I was speaking just a little while ago with Phil Crump, and this is actually the biggest speedway track in the world. Anything bigger than this is normally used in Europe long track bikes, where we go off the start on a gearbox and so on, and we don't encounter the problems that we have here, and especially the heat that we have here in Perth.
How will tonight's program, were you got any special tactics that you'll apply right from the beginning, or you just play it by ear?
You've really got to play it by ear and see how your top opposition is going. You know, I've got, of course, a few ideas of what I think I'm going to do if the other boys will let me do it. That's the thing. Well,
we certainly wish you all the very best tonight's program. It's a big program. I know you're very keen up at this particular stage, and you're really raring to go, and we wish you all the best, not only at this meeting tonight, but for the rest of your Australasian tour.
Thank you, Con.
It's another perfect night here at the showgrounds, and the track again appears to be in superb condition, and those factors should enhance what promises to be another exciting night of racing. Our main objective tonight will be to decide the King of Claremont Solo Award, and there'll be a world-class field vying for that title. The British pair of Kenny Carter and Nigel Flatman will breast the tapes, as will New Zealand's former world champion Ivan Mauger, the dual Australian champion Phil Crump, Stefan Kekic from Yugoslavia, and the local star Mick McKeon. But now for the first of the heats for the King of Claremont title. From the outside fence, so from the foreground fence, it will be Phil Crump, the former Australian champion, riding number 1. Alongside him, Mick McKeon, the West Australian champion, riding machine number 8. And alongside McKeon in the yellow leathers, we have Stefan Kekic from Yugoslavia, then Kenny Carter, Nigel Flatman, with Ivan Mauger in position number 1 for this first heat of the King of Claremont Speedway Solo Award. And it was Kekic who was breasting the tape, and away they go this time, and it's Crump who got away very quickly from the outside, but Mauger from position number 1 will lead them into Fowl House Corner the first time, with Crump right on his wheel.
As they move down the back straight, the 9-times world champion goes against the man who's a future world champion. There's no doubt about that. It's victorious Phil Crump. High, wide and handsome comes Kenny Carter as they come out of turn number 4, down the main straight. Out in front is Ivan Mauger from New Zealand. Then back in second place is Phil Crump. And then Kenny Carter, that dynamic English rider, as they come out of turn number 2, moving down the back straight and past the Winfield sign for the second last time. Ivan Mauger, MBE from New Zealand, is leading the field of Merry Dance. He's a high, wide and handsome at the moment. As he moves out of turn number 4 and down the main straight, the yellow flag comes out from General John Day. 1 lap left to go on the Winfield Claremont Speedway as Mauger leads Kenny Carter from Phil Crump back in third.
Well, Mauger had to lower his colours last weekend to the West Australian Mick McKeon and to the British rider Kenny Carter, but he's serving notice in this first heat here tonight that he's going to be the rider to beat in this King of Claremont Solo Award. Ivan Mauger comes down to get the checkered flag, an easy winner of the first heat, with Carter going through in second place, and it was Crump who finished third. Now this heat number 2, is going to be a very important one for the local rider Mick McKeon. He failed to pick up a point in the first heat, and he was the rider of the night in our last program. He's starting from the extreme outside. He got away very quickly, but he's not going to lead them into that first bend. Once again, it's Mauger, and the red lights are on. It's going to be a false start, and it wouldn't surprise me if, in fact, it was McKeon who was first to break the tapes, but we'll have to wait and see.
Miles Thomason giving him the bad news, and McKeon, like a gentleman that he is, goes to the side of the track.
So Glenn Taylor, the reserve, will take his place in this field, and that's a very expensive break by Mick McKeon. Will almost certainly cost him any chance of winning the King of Claremont Speedway Solo Award tonight. So away they go in the restart, and it's Mauger who gets away in front of Crump. But once again, a spirited duel between those two as they go into the back straight for the first time.
Well, this is world-class speedway at the moment. Did you see the 9-times world champion Ivan Mauger in devastating form here tonight? Kenny Carter was in a very close shave that time as they come out of turn number 4, moving down the main straight. Ivan Mauger leading Kenny Carter, then Phil Crump on the outside. out of turn number 2 and moving down the back straight here at Claremont Speedway. A great duel between second and third, but Ivan Mauger's showing a very clean pair of heels. You can see Crump on the outside of Kenny Carter. A great duel between two of the world's top riders. Out of turn number 4 now, and moving down the main straight. Crump gets the better of that rider in second place as the world champion, the former world champion, Ivan Mauger, leads them out of turn number 2.
Carter having trouble at Foul House Corner. That won't affect the leader, Ivan Mauger, but it has led Crump back into second place as Mauger goes into Pitts Bend for the last time. He's coming down to get the checkered flag. This will be his second successive win in the heats tonight. He comes down to get the flag from General John Day. Going through in second place was Phil Crump of Victoria, and finishing third was Kenny Carter of Great Britain. Ivan Mauger in position number 2, and I think he's broken.
No, the red lights are on, and I think it's Mick McKeon again. And this could be the second time tonight here at the Winfield Claremont Speedway that the former West Australian champion and our top international rider, there it is, the picture tells the story as Mick McKeon dejectedly puts his head down on the edge of the track. At this stage, Ivan Mauger's leading the competition with 10 points. Kenny Carter and Phil Crump are locked on 7 points. Nigel Flatman has 4, and Stefan Kekic from Yugoslavia has 2 points. And Ivan Mauger has already set a new race record for 3 laps. The time 1 minute 3.3, the old time being 1 minute 3.4, held by West Australia's mighty Mick McKeon. No decision has been made. He's allowing all riders to come back into the restart. Unbelievable.
Away they go. Ivan Mauger away very quickly with a track record to his credit in the last heat of this event. He's the defending champion in the King of Claremont Solo Award, and already he's making his presence felt in this race. He's away in this heat. He's away very quickly. At the moment, he has a possible 10 out of 10 points, and he's well on his way to maintaining that maximum points total.
As they move down the main straight, Ivan Mauger from New Zealand leads West Australia's mighty Mick McKeon back from Kenny Carter. But unbelievable sight here at the moment as Ivan Mauger reigns supreme as they move out of turn number 2. West Australia's mighty Mick McKeon is giving him a very hard time as this large crowd at the Winfield Claremont Speedway yell themselves hoarse as they move out of turn number 4. General John Day moving with the yellow flag. 1 lap left to go as Ivan Mauger leads West Australia's mighty Mick McKeon with Kenny Carter back in third spot.
In fact, McKeon giving Mauger the toughest race he's had so far tonight. He's really applying some pressure as they go down the back. But look at the acceleration of Mauger as he goes into Pitts Bend. He corners beautifully. Magnificent handling of that machine. Coming around about half track high as he comes down to get the checkered flag. A good effort by Mick McKeon to finish second. And a long way back in third place was Phil Crump. We mentioned at the beginning of tonight's program that the track looked very fast, and Ivan Mauger is certainly bearing that fact out at the moment. He's broken the track record and equalled it in successive heats of the King of Claremont Award tonight. And away they go in heat number 4. Mauger at the moment has a perfect score, 3 firsts to his credit, and already he's on the way to establishing a heat-winning lead as they go down the back for the first time in this heat number 4.
Well, Mauger's got the strongest opposition he's ever faced at Winfield Claremont Speedway, and tonight he's showing what has made him the world's greatest ever rider. Out of turn number 4 and down the main straight, Ivan Mauger out in front of him. He's absolutely flying from West Australia's mighty Mick McKeon. Then back up in third place is Victoria's Phil Crump. But out of turn number 2, again you can see Mauger in devastating form. Down the back straight they go, locking into Pitt's turn, and he's getting further ahead of mighty Mick McKeon as they move out of turn number 4. Down the main straight, General John Day waits with the yellow flag. 1 lap left to go as Ivan Mauger leads mighty Mick McKeon from Phil Crump, and back in fourth place is WA's Glenn Taylor.
Into the back straight for the last time, and Mauger taking his time this time. He's showing good control. He's not going to exert himself, however. He knows he's got this race won. He's going to win it easily as he goes round Pitts Bend, fairly high on the track, coming down to get the checkered flag. And that's another heat win to Ivan Mauger. In second place, Mick McKeon, and coming through third once again is Phil Crump. 2 heats remaining in the King of Claremont Speedway Solo Award, and already it appears as though Ivan Mauger has a mortgage on this year's title. He's the defending champion. At the moment he has the maximum 20 points from the first 4 heats, and there you see Ivan Mauger, 9 times world champion. Alongside him, number 6, Stefan Kekic, the Yugoslav champion, but Mauger's had things all his own way tonight. He's got 20 points. In second place is Phil Crump from Victoria. a former Australian champion. He's got 13 points. Then in third place, Mick McKeon of Western Australia with 8 points. So something would have to go drastically wrong with Major's machine before he lost his title tonight. But he's been squeezed out of that start, as you saw. And it's Crump who got the best of the start from Robert Hitchcock of Western Australia. But look at Ivan Mauger burning around the outside of Crump. And this will be an interesting race. Already he's hit the front. A magnificent drive from that third position.
Well, out of turn number 4, this is the form that's made him one of the greatest riders of all time. Ivan Mauger leads Phil Crump from Victoria, and West Australia's Robert Hitchcock up in third position. Out of turn number 2, they move down the back straight, and you cannot believe what's going on here at the moment. Phil Crump is absolutely frustrated. He doesn't know where Major's got the speed. As they move out of turn number 4, down the main straight, the yellow flag comes out. 1 lap left to go on the Winfield Claremont Speedway. Ivan Mauger on his way to 5 big points. He leads Phil Crump, and back in third place is West Australia's Robert Hitchcock.
Mauger going down the back straight for the final time. The machine's got the power, the man's got the skill as he goes into Pitts Bend. Phil Crump back in second place, 40 metres behind Mauger. And it's going to be Ivan Mauger who'll come down to win his 5th successive heat in the King of Claremont Award. A very convincing winner. And just shooting through on the inside was perhaps Hitchcock. He may have snatched second place from Phil Crump. Crump appeared to lose power on the line, but very tight for second and third between Hitchcock and Crump. General John Day indicating to the field by holding the trophy aloft that this is the last heat in the King of Claremont Championship. But already Ivan Mauger, the New Zealand champion, 9 times world champion, has the event shot to pieces. He's got an unassailable lead. He leads by 9 points. He has a total of 25. The second place, Phil Crump of Victoria with 16. The field lining up for the final heat of the King of Claremont solo competition. But Ivan Mauger, the 9 times world champion from New Zealand, has an unassailable lead of 9 points over his nearest competitor, Phil Crump from Victoria. Away they go in the final heat, and this time it's McKeon who will lead them into the first bend. Hot on his collar is Ivan Mauger. In fact, Mauger attempting to go underneath him as they go down the back straight. McKeon seems to have the speed. No, he doesn't. The inevitable has happened, or has it? McKeon with a great ride through Pitts Bend holds on to the lead as they come down the main straight for the first time.
Well, WA's mighty Mick McKeon, although he can't win the competition, he's absolutely flying out in front. The 9 times world champion Ivan Mauger back in second place, then back to Robert Hitchcock, and then Stefan Kekic from Yugoslavia there, who's grown up. But down the back straight they go. Mighty Mick McKeon's out in front. Ivan Mauger's chasing desperately at the moment as they move out of turn number 4. The yellow flag's out. 1 lap left to go on the Winfield Claremont Speedway as McKeon leads.
I think McKeon perhaps thinks he can salvage some lost prestige from tonight if he could regain his track record. He's got the job in front of him because Mauger's equalled and broken it once tonight. And they go down into Pitts Bend. It's McKeon. He's got this race shot to pieces as he comes down to get the checkered flag. McKeon leading from Ivan Mauger, and he acknowledges the plaudits of the crowd as he crosses the line. Mauger has finished second, Robert Hitchcock third. There we see the presentation of the King of Claremont Speedway Solo Award to Ivan Mauger. Mauger with a total of 29 points from 5 wins and a second. Won very convincingly from Phil Crump of Victoria, who had a total of 16 points, with Mick McKeon of Western Australia third with a total of 13 points. Ivan Mauger, the winner of the King of Claremont Speedway Solo Award for the 2nd year in succession.